Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing a book review on The Tower by Flora Carr. The Tower by Flora Carr tells the story of Mary Queen of Scots' 11-month imprisonment in Loch Leven Castle in 1567 with 3 of her ladies-in-waiting. I love all things when it comes to Mary Queen of Scots, yeah guys. I really quite liked this book. I really enjoyed it. It is a debut novel by Flora Carr. I'm really curious other projects she's going to come up with next. I hope she sticks with historical fiction because I think she writes historical fiction quite wonderfully. So yeah, as I said for the synopsis of this video, this whole book it takes place during the 11-month imprisonment of Mary Queen of Scots at Loch Leven Castle before she does escape. Spoiler alert, I guess. I say this all the time. I do not consider history to be a spoiler. But yeah, she does. She eventually gets out of her imprisonment, only to be further imprisoned. I think like in England, you know, in some other castles in England, thinking that her cousin Queen Elizabeth will protect her, but not really. Yeah, as we all know, Mary Queen of Scots, she does get beheaded eventually, alas. I tell you what, I'm glad this book was under 300 pages, because even though I was enjoying the book, I was starting to get a wee bit fidgety kind of right near the end. Because as Flora Carr is kind of going through the narrative, there are several escape attempts that happen kind of just one after the other right near the end. So as the ending was winding down, I was getting a little fidgety because I just kept thinking, I just want this to be over. Let her get out, please. And because this book is right under 300 pages, I do think this book reads, for the most part, pretty quickly. It has a nice pace to it to some degree. Yeah, some readers might find this book rather slow. I wouldn't blame you if you found this book slow. This book is all about Mary Queen of Scots, like I said, her imprisonment, her 11-month imprisonment in this castle, and this dreariness. You know, this whole book has a nice sense of atmosphere to it. It's just so kind of dark and like a dampness that you kind of feel almost, you know, and yeah, just this blandness, this colorness, this dullness, which I think is done with intent. You know, this is a woman and her ladies in waiting that they're just stuck and trapped in this castle, nowhere to go. They don't even see or even talk to many other characters. So a lot of this book, this drabness, this dullness, this dampness, this grayness, it's all very much done deliberately, I think, and it kind of definitely gives you this nice effect, emotional effect. You kind of feel this weariness alongside your main characters and whatnot. And the fact that this book is under 300 pages, I think Flora Carr knew exactly the story she wanted to tell with this narrative with Mary Queen of Scots. You know, she knew the story she wanted to tell. She stuck with it. She doesn't just kind of dawdle around elsewhere, just throwing in other things for the hell of it. This book, I think, is really precise and concise. It sticks to the point, is the thing. It sticks very much to the point, and it sticks to the narrative without floundering about elsewhere just to fill in more page time or give the book more page time. It doesn't need more page time. The 11-month imprisonment of Mary Queen of Scots is interesting in of itself. So what to expect with this book? This book is definitely a novel about female friendship, female companionship. This is just Mary Queen of Scots stuck with 3 of her ladies. They have no privacy. They're trapped with each other. They really have to rely on each other. They really have to trust in each other. They have to support each other. There can't be any bitterness or pettiness going on here. They're stuck with each other. So this book is definitely really much all about the friendship between all 4 of these women, and like I said, relying and trusting in one another because they have nothing else. And the fact that they have no privacy, as I mentioned, that really that takes away that divide between them. Mary, Queen of Scots, Mary Stuart, you know, she was a woman of wealth and privilege and born to be a queen, you know. She was the cousin of Queen Elizabeth, and Mary Stuart really felt the crown of England was hers. So yeah, Mary Stuart, coming from this background of wealth and privilege and being a queen, but here she is imprisoned with 3 other women who don't really come from noble birth. So that divide is really quickly broken down between all 4 of these women. They all see each other as just women, you know, even though they come from vastly different backgrounds. They're just still women at the end of the day, having to face the patriarchy of the day, you know, face the misogyny of the day, and that's what they all can relate to, you know. Even Mary Stuart, even though she was a queen, she still felt the backlash of being a female monarch, and she always had to still prove herself. And in this book, you see her constantly trying to prove herself. But yeah, they're all women at the end of the day. They all go through the same experiences as women. So yeah, that privacy is shattered. That barrier of wealth is divided between them as well. You know, it's broken down and no longer there. And all 4 of these women, they really get to view each other in just a unique way in this unique situation. They all get to experience each other's strengths and weaknesses and vulnerabilities and their dreams and desires. So not only is Mary Stuart one of your top main characters, but as I keep mentioning, she is with 3 other women. There's a fellow Scottish woman named Jane who works closely with her, and then there's a French woman named Cuckoo. She goes by the name Cuckoo. That's also there. And then one of Mary's closest confidants is a woman named Mary Seton. Yeah, all 3 of these women who are ladies in waiting essentially to Mary Stuart. I like that they all have their own distinct personality. You know, I was kind of worried that they would all just come across kind of bland and the same, but I think Flora Carr did a good job of making them all very distinct with their personalities, because they definitely have some personalities on them. And like I mentioned earlier too, I would not blame fellow readers if this book just felt so slow to you. Because it's not the type of book that's action-packed. Once again, this is about 4 women locked up in a tower with barely anywhere to go and no one to talk to other than the people who are keeping them imprisoned. It's very, very kind of claustrophobic in some ways, and really tight and very insular. So that's kind of the reading pace of this book, I think. It's a more slow, thought-provoking read. So I definitely recommend this book if you love all things Mary, Queen of Scots. Just know and understand what you're getting into, that this is not like a wild and crazy action-packed story. You know, it's about the 11-month imprisonment of Mary, Queen of Scots. So yeah, it's very kind of linear in some ways, and there's not a lot of up and down, you know. It's very kind of linear at times, and in a much slower pace. So yeah, know what you're getting into. But yeah, I definitely recommend this if you love all things Mary, Queen of Scots, or just kind of this time in history with female leads. So you guys, that is it for my thoughts and feelings on The Tower. In the comments below, have you guys read this book? Do you plan on reading it? Just let me know your thoughts down below. So that's it for this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.